Man, Lake Okeechobee has got to be one of the coolest places I've ever fished in my entire life. Don't.
It's always cool taking you to a place that I know really well. So it's really cool to get out there, be on a big group of fish, and catch them up pretty good.
Oh! Nice.
Another good one.
Awesome. Heck yeah, man.
Oh, good one.
That's
good
a big
one,
one.
dude.
This is my biggest Okeechobee bass for sure.
Sweetwater, presented by Waypoint.
What a beautiful morning on the Big O. Gosh,
Oh,
it's
dude.
nice.
This is my favorite bass fishing lake in the entire country. I've got so much history here, man. I used to fish tournaments when I first moved here to Florida.
Yep.
It is one of the most popular lakes
It is
in
popular.
the country. And man, we're gonna have a good shot at some big fish today. The conditions are really good. I mean, right now, you know, this is spawning time of the year. I think we'll be able to find some spawning fish.
Awesome.
We just gotta find those areas that are loaded.
Yeah.
I've got one area I know is loaded because
Yeah.
I recently had a tournament here.
Yeah, you did good, man.
Yeah.
Sixth place.
Sixth place at
That's awesome.
the MLF Pro Circuit event, and so I know that one is what I call the juice.
Yep.
You know, one of those areas that's just loaded with fish.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can find some other areas too. But
Yeah, it'll be fun to hunt around and just see, you know, some new stuff, and then if we have to, go back to the old hammer stretch that you were catching them on. So that'd be awesome.
yeah, and the Sunshine State is living up to its name right now.
It is
we
a
got
beautiful
some sun,
day.
but it can change at any time
Yeah.
on Okeechobee.
Yeah, I don't see a cloud right now, but you know how these fronts come in on this in Florida, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be good though. I'm excited.
I think it's going to be a really, really good day. So let's get started, man. I'm going to show you some really, really good areas that I've fished over the years and
Awesome.
in that last tournament.
Can't wait. Man, Lake Okeechobee has got to be one of the coolest places I've ever fished in my entire life.
It definitely is one of those legendary lakes. It's just really unique. It's just this very big shallow bowl. It's 730 square miles of just real shallow water. I think the deepest point in the center of the lake is around 12, 13 feet or something like that. And then it just gradually slopes up to the edges where there's just a ton of grass fishing opportunities on that lake.
This trip was really fun for me because I have very little history on Lake Okeechobee, but I always love getting to go out fishing with somebody that knows the lake and really, you know, is dialed in. I mean, there's so much beautiful grass. There's so many different things to look at, and it really does all look very similar, but there's so many little keys like the water clarity and the depth and the bottom composition and all those things that you're really, really good at dialing in. So I was fired up to get out there. Those beautiful, expansive grass flats, that was just really cool. And I was so fired up to get out there and learn the lake from you, which I would consider an expert on Okeechobee. Ooh, there he is. That's a good one.
There we
Nice. That's awesome. On the
Man.
top water.
He crushed it.
He really did. Gosh, he looked like a
Coming
big one
in.
when he hit it.
he crushed it.
It's a pretty little Florida bass.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. He wasn't
Hey.
coming off.
Every topwater bite is a fun one. I've never had one that wasn't, even if it's tiny. And that one's not tiny. He's a decent little keeper.
That one was especially fun because he hit it so darn hard.
Yeah, he boiled on it like a big time. We just need to find his wife.
Oh, they're in here. Believe me, they're in here. But I'll take those all day long
Yeah,
on a topwater.
that's
My
fun.
Goodness. The reason why these like prop baits are so good in Florida is just because it keeps the bait right on the in the strike zone. You're working
Yeah.
it kind of slow around these these little high percentage area, a clump of reeds.
Yep.
Clump of any vegetation.
It really is a Florida classic. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as I've been hearing about Florida and learning about Florida, it's all, people always talk about throwing the prop bait like that. There's just something about it.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Nice. That's awesome.
He just came back behind it and waked it. A lot of these
Just
are probably
slurped
fry garters.
Yeah, I agree.
And what I like to do is I put a monofilament leader, like 20-pound monofilament, just a foot or so. But I like to use braid. I got 50-pound braid on.
Just in case you hook a 6 doing this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
I actually saw that fish. I saw a side turn over there.
Really? He's
That's a
probably
little spawner. He's
right
peeing.
on the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bed right there. There's the bed.
Look at the tilapia. They look orange.
Oh, cool. Big old tilapia.
And a turtle.
I'm on the board.
There you go. Good job, man.
For more Sweetwater action, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And remember, you can watch any of our episodes on any device at any time on waypointtv.com.
Sweetwater is brought to you by Waypoint TV. Stream the best in hunting and fishing series. Download the app today. Wiley X. B&W Trailer Hitches. Towing Adventure. Battleborn Batteries. Get out there, stay out there. Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. And by Scales. Every degree of water.
So what we've got here, we've got this big mat of reeds, and we've got all this eelgrass that's been cut up from all the engines running through, the coots kind of digging it up, and you've also got all this nice green hyacinth mixed in. And whenever you get a situation where you've got vertical cover like these reeds, meeting horizontal cover is a really good spot to catch a big fish. Real heavy tungsten weight. I'm using 1.5 ounces. I've got a real heavy duty hook, and today I'm using the goat. The goat is a really good profile. It slips right through that cover very easy, and it has a little kicking legs, gives us a lot of action. And the biggest key with this is using braided line. So I've got 65-pound test, braided main line, and a really heavy flipping stick. This is a 710 heavy action rod. So when you're punching this kind of grass, it's just really important to have real heavy tackle.
Oh yeah, you hook one in this thick stuff, you're gonna be real bummed out if you don't have the right equipment ready to roll.
Just got to get right in there and have the right equipment to be able to get those fish out.
There you go. Come on, baby, get out of there.
Little guy, look how black he is,
Yeah,
man.
he is super dark.
You know you'd pull him out of that.
He's been buried up there for a while. About as dark as they can get.
Man, that is a black bass. He doesn't even have any like markings on him. He's just black. That was fun. That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it did not take long at all. Man, it was awesome watching you last week in the MLF tournament. That was fun. I was watching you live, catching big ones out of the grass. It was awesome.
That was a fun event, man. I had a blast. I mean, it was so cool, and the first time I've been leading a $100,000 tournament.
Yeah, after 2 days, you were up there, man.
Yeah. Yes. Happy Valentine's Day.
Let's go. Let's hear it for Miles Berghoff. Number 5 is a kicker. Wow.
I want to say to anybody out there that's aspiring to be a professional bass fisherman, any young anglers out there, you can do it.
I was fired up because I knew you had an area that was special. I mean, obviously, when you do that good against that big of a field, you got to have something special. So knowing that you were going to take me to the juice that could have potentially won you the tournament if it had less pressure was just something that really fired me up getting to Okeechobee.
Yeah, that area was real special. You know, anytime you go in Okeechobee, you want to find those areas that are just loaded with fish. I mean, it sounds obvious, but it's really, really difficult to find because you could go for you know, miles on these grassy flats. Everything looks perfect. All the variables are there, but the fish aren't. And I was able to find that one area on the west wall, which is really close to Clewiston, and it was just loaded with spawning fish. A bunch of different waves of spawners were coming onto those flats and setting up on these isolated reed patches.
I'm just throwing that little 7-inch Z-Man finesse worms.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That profile in Florida, man.
Yeah,
any
there's
straight tail
something about
worm, it just looks like a do-nothing type worm, but
Yep.
man, with the Lastec, it sticks straight off the bottom.
Yeah, I do think that's a huge advantage, just having something that floats. There he is. Mugging. Good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come here, mama.
Yeah!
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
Look at that fish. That's what we're looking for right there.
Look
that
how
fish,
fat she is.
I mean, just the coloration of it,
Gosh.
I can tell that this is a new wave that moved in. I mean, that's what I was waiting for. During the tournament, the last day,
Yep.
a new wave of bucks moved in, these females right behind them.
That thing is gorgeous. That's a pretty fish.
Yeah. When Z-Man introduced the Ned rig system, the whole world learned how productive it can be. It's just very versatile and you can catch a ton of fish with it. And Z-Man has introduced a bunch of different Lastec baits that go with the Ned rig system, as well as the jig heads. And those include the finesse shrooms jig head, the pro shrooms, the Ned locks, and then the OG mushroom jig head. So the finesse shrooms jig head is the original offering from Z-Man. It's got a very light wire hook, it's extremely sharp, and it's got this really cool welded on keeper that works extremely well with the Lastec baits. Next we have the pro shrooms jig head. It still has that welded on bait keeper, but it has a much stronger hook, a wider gap, and comes in different weight sizes as well. And it's really well suited for thicker baits and a situation where you're fishing around heavier cover. Next we have the Ned Locks jig head. The Ned Locks is really cool. It's kind of a mix between the pro shrooms and the finesse shrooms. It's got a heftier wire hook. It's a little bit stronger than the finesse shrooms jig head, but doesn't have a much wider gap like the pro shrooms does. If I'm gonna be Texas rigging the Ned rig, this is the jig head I'm gonna be using, the Ned Locks. And then finally, we've got the newest addition to the Ned rig system. This right here is the OG mushroom jig head. This is made for ultra finesse situations, ultra clear water, ultra light line, and very, very light spinning tackle. No matter what fishing situation you're presented with, Z-Man has you covered with the Ned rig system in both the Lastec baits and the jig heads that they've designed for those Lastec baits. So check them out at zmanfishing.com.
Man, Lake Okeechobee has got to be one of the coolest places I've ever fished in my entire life. And it was pretty obvious right away when we got there that more fish had moved in just in the couple days between the last day of your tournament and when we started going out there and filming.
The females, the
No doubt.
bigger fish, man, they hit it so hard.
That's awesome.
The males have been kind of timid. They've been like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, these ones don't mess around, that's for sure. Look at the mouth on that thing. He's got so many leeches and sores and everything else in his mouth. That is wild looking. Oh, I sure do love her though.
Good job, man.
Go home, baby.
Oh, there he is. There's a good one.
Is it?
That's a good one. Oh, yep.
Oh man.
Oh!
Nice.
Another good one.
A net full of grass and bass.
That's a good one.
Awesome. Heck yeah, man. They are in here thick. I'm gonna drop the poles.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Woo-wee.
Berg off.
Look at that. I think that's a buck.
Really?
I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a buck.
Just a big old male.
Can't really
Man.
tell for sure, but there's a good chance.
It's a
Either
pretty
that or
fish.
spawned out.
Really pretty
Female.
fish. Yep.
Beautiful fish. That was awesome. Whoa!
Gosh dang.
Scared me. Yeah.
Just a mean one. That's awesome, man.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, that's a monster. That's a monster. That is a monster. Oh my gosh.
That one's like 4 3/4, 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 5.
Oh, all
yeah,
day.
that's a 5.
It's a 5-younder all day long. Look at that. They are biting now.
There are so many big ones here.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's gotta be a 5.
That is a 5.
Let's weigh her. We'll find out for sure.
She's a 5 1/4.
Just a gorgeous fish, man. Dude, I picked up on it, it was just mush. I was like, oh yeah. Another big old Florida bass. 536.
Yeah.
Just another perfect specimen. Golly. This is what I came to Florida for. I am definitely not going back to Alabama anytime soon to freeze my butt off. I'm staying in Florida as long as possible catching these. All right, baby. Look at that.
Put him on the spot and he
Just
catches a 5.
Beautiful fish. Miles, you are a heck of a guide. Oh, my face. Right in the face.
Good job.
Oh, I'll take a splash in the face from a 5-pounder any day. It's amazing we haven't caught one off Arrowhead yet.
You will here.
No.
Oh, nice one. Get the net. Get the net.
You got a slow net, man. Oh, it ran right
Try to
through.
get me to lose it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's
What
awesome.
did you say about Arrowhead?
Yeah, no fish in Arrowhead. That's so funny.
Look at that one, man.
Nasty fish, just nasty. Kind of homely looking,
Oh, man.
but it's a good one.
Got a little bit of a rash.
Yeah, he's a little beat up.
Look at all the leeches.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, what a nice fish.
They're like gorillas in Florida, you know? They're just
They
nasty,
are.
mangy gorillas. Pretty fish though.
Oh, that one was pretty feisty.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Catching them.
Sweetwater is brought to you by Z-Man, the science and art of fishing. Bubba, the ultimate lifestyle. Mercury Marine, go boldly. Motor Guide, the tour is back. And by Lake County, Florida, real close.
Oh,
Get your butt in here.
nice one. Look at the coloration. I mean,
He's
when
golden.
they look
Golden
like
green.
when they look like that, like they get that really vibrant lateral line.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty.
That's usually indicative of a spawning fish.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Just like any
Not
other
bad.
species, they get coloration.
Yeah, I agree, totally. You start seeing them look like that, it's like, all right, you guys are marked up pretty.
Right, here's a fish. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Double! Whose is bigger? You got me. Well, they're about the same length. Yours is just thicker. Yours is built like a brick. Awesome.
Brick house.
She's a brick house.
That is so much fun.
I love it.
When you find them, you find them.
Mm-hmm. They're here.
So Okeechobee spawning ritual is very similar to other lakes, but very different in other ways. So essentially what these fish are doing during the spawn is the males move up first. We call them the bucks. And they move into these likely areas that have harder bottom composition where they can fan off the bed and essentially call the
Prepping it.
females over. Yeah, they're getting everything ready. And then the females end up coming through, laying the eggs. They both kind of guard the nest for a little bit, but then the female leaves soon thereafter. Now, the male also protects the eggs after the female leaves, as well as the fry. And the biggest difference between Okeechobee spawning activity and other lakes is the fact that there are very distinct waves of spawners. Oh, good one,
That's a
good
big
one.
dude.
I'm stuck in you.
Oh, that's a giant. That is a giant.
Oh!
Oh my
Got a
gosh, she's
topwater.
strong. Holy cow, she's strong.
Got her!
Dude, give me some of that loving.
That's a 6.
Oh,
There you go.
That
There you
is-
go.
straight up horse. Look at the girth on that thing. Just a big old head. Whoo. Now that's a big one. Dude, I knew. I set the hook and didn't move at all.
That's what we're fishing for.
That is a gorgeous.
Man, whose bait is where?
I don't know. We got a mess, but I don't even care. Let's
Here,
power
press
pull
that.
down and. Oh my goodness, man.
That was awesome.
What a, she is so strong. She tried to get me in the motor hard. All right, we'll weigh her real quick and let her go.
All right.
This is my biggest Okeechobee bass for sure.
Right at 6.
6.17.
Nice.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you, biggin. Oh, go back, do your thing. Look at how beautiful that fish is. Unbelievable, man. That is so stinking cool.
That was a nice one.
Thanks for leaving her, buddy. Look at that. Look at how big that fish is, dude. Man. Oh, yes.
Nice.
Man, it was such a fun day on the water. It was just a great experience coming back to Okeechobee and getting to see what Okeechobee's all about, you know? I mean, it was just a perfect day out there on the water.
It's always cool taking you to a place that I know really well. So it's really cool to get out there, be on a big group of fish, and catch them up pretty good.
You did good, man.